by a moment of silent reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ms. Lubaczynski, a roll call, please.
Mrs. Smith Gomez here. Mr. Kuba. Mrs. Ballard. Present. Mr. Kroll.
Present.
Mr. Garcia.
Here.
Let the record show 4 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. And just please note that Mr. Cook is on vacation and had notified us that he would not be here today. All right, that takes us to public participation in board meetings. This is for agenda items, so I want to clarify, is it Dustin Conover? Crownover, I'm sorry. You've got school funding here. Is there something specific on the agenda?
Yeah, I'd like to respond to the referendum that was enacted.
Very good. That's not an agenda item. That is something we can discuss during public participation at the end of the meeting.
That's fine.
Very good. Thank you. That takes us to the minutes, June 20th, 2023.
Mr. President, I move that we accept the minutes as presented for both the regular meeting on June 20th and the special meeting on June 29th.
Thank you.
I'll support the motion.
Ms. Ballard, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for combining those. That takes us to correspondence.
None at this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Superintendent's report.
Yeah, I'll be brief. This summer we're not as into regular school items that people are used to, but I did list a few things. We've been working very hard trying to replace a number of staff members that have left. So it feels like most of our day is recruiting, finding, attracting, trying to get a hold of new employees. So that's something we've been working real hard on. We had 125 students that we offered positions to from outside the district, and we're hoping all 125 of those will come. Those were students that met the qualifications that we had set up, that the board had approved on, not having excessive the behaviors and the tardies, absences, and so forth. So once it was all said and done, we were right at about 125 students. So really 3 weeks from Thursday is teacher's report and kids on Friday, so it's around the corner.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. It takes us to board reports. Ms. Gomez.
I attended the NICEC meeting on July 12th, last Wednesday. Just a few things. It wasn't a super packed meeting. It was Marcia Horn's first meeting as director, as executive director, so it was lovely to see her. The NICEC cluster program chart had some changes in it for Highland. Basically, what that boils down to is one autism section is being added to Southridge, and this will move the SEL section to Merkley. Long-term teacher subpay for paraprofessionals at NICEC will now be at a higher rate for people who are, if they're bachelors, a higher rate of pay used to be limited to people with a bachelor's degree. And my other announcement from the meeting is that NICEC, like every school, is in dire need of paras. So if you know someone looking for a job, please encourage them to apply.
Thank you. Ms. Ballard.
No reports, thank you.
Mr. Kroll.
The redevelopment study session on July 11th. Outside of typical redevelopment discussions around parcels, some of the highlights were some discussions about bringing electric to the municipal lot on Highway Avenue. It was also a preview of the TIF merge presentation that I referenced at last month's meeting. Dan Bowditch was at last night's town council meeting, and then Soul Smart also presented. I'm sorry, it was a study session last night versus a meeting for the town council. But Soul Smart is talking about their solar resources as well, and a bit of a surprise. Commissioner Bill Leak resigned. So they're moving on a Highland, so he can no longer serve. So there's a new there's an opening on the redevelopment commission. From a Parks Board perspective, the study session was canceled and the regular meeting takes place this coming Thursday.
had the pleasure to attend the Highland Griffith Chamber meeting last week. We had State Senator Dan Dernall and State Representative Mike Andrade present some key issues that they passed on the legislative side in this last session, particularly honing in on some of the tax relief for seniors that got passed, and really focused on a lot of the bipartisan work that has happened. We've been very fortunate here in Northwest Indiana, especially with our local delegation that represents us, that they work well across the aisle. From the legislative liaison position, just a reminder that the ISBA annual conference is that September, October?
End of September.
End of September, so if you're interested in attending, you should receive that in your email from ISBA. I know I'm attending. I think, Eric, are you going? I'm not sure if Valencia, if you're going to be able to make it, but please let Brian know if you're planning on attending. So that will move us on to financial. Ms. Adams.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Item A is the treasurer report. A copy of that report was included in your board packet. I'm requesting approval of the report as presented.
Thank you.
So moved, Mr. President.
Mr. Roll.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. It takes us to vouchers.
A copy of the voucher docket was also included in your board packet. I recommend that it be approved as well.
Thank you.
I make a motion to approve the vouchers as presented.
Thank you, Ms. Ballard.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. It takes us to extracurricular accounts.
Indiana Code 20-41-1-8 requires extracurricular treasurers to file a semi-annual financial report with the Board of School Trustees, listing transactions in detail, showing all receipts and disbursements and the balances remaining in each of their funds. Due to the size of all the reports, the detailed reports will be in the superintendent's conference room for your review.
Thank you. I just want to note that those are all broken down by building. So if you're looking for a specific extracurricular, just look for the building. They're all in one. Lots of reading to do there. Thank you. So that brings us to meal prices.
Okay, Ms. Brittany Luster, our food service director, has submitted her recommendation for the 2023-2024 student meal prices, which was included in your board packet. The administration supports her recommendation and requests that it be adopted for the upcoming school year.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. President, I recommend that we approve the 2023-24 school year meal pricing recommendations as presented.
Thank you, Ms. Ballard.
I'll support.
Thank you, Mr. Kroll. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just have to say, I think it's awesome that, despite everything, the school has been able to, find a way to maintain, meal prices without any increases. I don't know how many of you guys noticed that we have, about 50% of our students are on free and reduced lunch, so this is a huge help to the families and to not have to pay increases in their meal prices. Kudos to Ms. Lester and her team.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to food supplies and materials bid.
The grocery bid was conducted by Hospital Purchasing Services for the Interlocal Food Purchasing Cooperative called Food to School Cooperative. Warsaw Community Schools served as the lead district for this program, and it's consisting of 78 school organizations. The members voted to renew the terms of the original contract with Gordon Food Service. There is one additional optional renewal remaining. The administration requests the board renew the contract of GFS for the 23-24 school year.
Thank you.
Mr. President, motion to approve the food supplies and materials bid as presented.
Yeah, well, dairy is, but we did dairy last time.
Oh,
So,
dairy, I thought you
dairy,
said
yeah.
dairy.
No, dairy,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. I didn't enunciate.
Not dairy, yeah, no, that's okay. And I just want to reiterate, it was read out loud, but it was 78 school districts. We work with 78 districts to do bulk purchasing, which I think is fantastic.
With dairy and bread, we went with the new service of the bid.
So another amazing strategy that Highland has to keep meal prices low for our students.
Yeah.
And because of timing, she's probably gonna move to that bid and keep it all in one next year.
Okay.
But, with the timing of everything that happened this year, we had to split it up.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to special and support services, buildings and grounds.
A copy of that report was included in your board packet. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Anyone have any questions? Okay.
Well, actually, just for a matter, if you don't mind, Mr. President, Mr. Smith, Dr. Smith, I apologize. Could you give us an update on the, just the construction projects around?
Yeah, we are, tennis courts are about, within a week of their estimated time. So they should be, the concrete will be poured and, it has to cure for, they said 28 days. So it'll be done the very end of September, beginning of October. So they're moving just fine on that. We are working on a new freezer at Merkley. That'll be a week or two after the school year starts, we think. They think they'll get it in just before, but I've dealt with construction enough in my life. I think they'll be a week or two late, just my guess. If that's the case, we have plans. We're in good shape there. The other construction we're doing is the alarms on the doors. That the electricians, we're gonna work on that after the school year started, because there are no electricians available right now with all the work being done at the hospital in Northwest Indiana, and then Crown Point and Duneland are doing about $750 million worth of work. So we'll start that once the school year starts, and that'll be all outdoor work. It won't be bothering the students at all and staff.
Thank you.
Just curious, I didn't realize it took 28 days for the courts to cure on the tennis court, so do we have, I'm assuming we have plans to keep.
We knew we would miss a season, unfortunately. It was either gonna be this season or it was gonna be next spring. So, yeah, Mr. Harrington and I have worked together on having courts for the players. Yeah, they'll have to play, unfortunately, away this season.
The public, because I know we have a lot of people in the community who use our tennis courts too. We have a way to keep them out while the.
Yeah, it'll all be locked down. You won't be able to get in there while the concrete, it's not poured yet, obviously, but while it's curing. Yeah, we don't want to go in on that then.
Thank you. That'll move us on to curriculum, high ability program, Dr. Erlich.
Thank you. The high ability program was awarded, the grant was awarded to the school of town of Highland. It was provided by the DOE. The total this year is $39,183. It's about a little over a 15% increase from last year, which is a good thing. It goes towards purchasing the COGAT test, which is the high ability screener for grades K to 5, and then also high ability supplies for the elementary, middle, and high. Just ask the board approve the grant as submitted.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the high ability program grant as submitted.
Ms. Gomez?
I'll support the motion.
Thank you, Ms. Ballard. Any discussion?
Thank you. It looks like, Ms. Davis.
Ms. Davis, yeah.
So thank you for that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That was an easy one this month. for you.
Yep.
Good. All right, that takes us to personnel, reductions and resignations.
Thank you, Mr. President. Megan Mann, position reduction as a supervisory aide at the high school, June 28, 2023. John Wagner, resignation as a math teacher at the high school, June 10, 2023. And I want to note it's 27 years for our school corporation as a math teacher. Trent Ryder, retirement, math teacher at the high school, May 26, 2023. Joseph Fabian, resignation as a math teacher at the high school, July 17th, 2023. I so recommend.
Mr. President?
Yes.
I propose a motion to accept the reduction, resignations, and retirements as presented.
I'll support the motion.
With one, if I could, sorry, Ms. Allen. What are we?
He said June, it was July.
Oh,
yeah.
July, I apologize, July.
Yeah, it's
Faulkner would be
presented
July
versus
10th.
Hal Berkeley.
Thank you, Ken.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Just wanna make sure.
Okay.
Did I hear a
Now I'll
second?
support.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Thank you, Ms. Ballard. Any discussion?
If I may, Mr. President, I would just, I'd like to thank Mr. Bogner. 27 years of service. His kids, he came, he's been here a long time, he's seen a lot. He's a great math teacher, he was a great baseball coach, many times coach of the year, as well as Mr. Greider. He's been around, he was our head football coach for a significant amount of time, ran a solid program. Another math teacher that we're missing, and Mr. Fabian, another math teacher that we're missing at the high school. Hopefully we're able to teach math at the high school this year. We lost, if I count, 9, 10 math teachers?
No,
I think
6 of 9.
6 of 9 math teachers at the high school. So I know we have some appointments coming up, but it's a hit. But good luck to them, and thank you to both Mr. Bogner and Mr. Greider for all years of service.
Any other discussion? I would like to point out, we don't normally go through this, and I'm just gonna paraphrase here, but one of the resignation letters specifically makes note of the compensation for teachers in the district, and that the district is a wonderful place to work, so we're not losing these teachers due to the culture or the work environment. It is strictly compensation. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That takes us to appointments.
Yes, thank you. Christina Campos, appointment as assistant principal at the high school, July 1st, 2023. Anna Naniska, appointment as a reading teacher at the middle school for the 2023-24 school year. Donald Lyles, appointment as a math teacher at the high school for the 2023-24 school year. Jamie Cooper, appointment as a math teacher at the high school for the 2023-24 school year. Rachel Carlescar, appointment as a business teacher at the high school for the 2023-24 school year. And Anthony Belli, a transfer from assistant principal at the high school to the middle school for the 2023-24 school year. I so recommend.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the appointments and transfers as presented.
Thank you, Ms. Ballard.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. Any discussion?
Highland.
Yes, welcome to Highland. Looking forward to getting to know our new staff. A lot of new faces, and it's glad that we've got people still interested in coming to work here.
It's great when we still have people applying here.
Yeah.
So, we are gonna have some math.
Yeah, while we're discussing, can we introduce our new assistant principal?
Absolutely.
Christina, you want to come on up?
Well, hi there.
Hello.
I live in Highland, so I am so happy to be part of the Highland administration at the high school. So thank you all.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
It's great to have someone from the community in that role. That's fantastic.
Yes, I'm super excited. I can walk to work if I needed to.
Very good.
So you're not allowed to be late.
No.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Great. That takes us to comments. We'll start with comments from the audience. If you're interested in making a comment, come to the lectern, state your name and address. You have 3 minutes.
I hope you can see this clearly. It didn't fit. My name is Dustin Cronenberg, 9937 Delaware Place. I'm a product of Lincoln School in Highland and Franklin and the Griffith and Junior and Senior High. I purchased my home in March of 2020 to rid myself of the reckless spending of Leah Dumovich. My kids were unable to attend the Highland Public Schools as there was no school in 2020. Therefore, they had to be enrolled at St. Mary's in Griffith to be able to go to school. At which time, the class of 2020 never attended another day of public school, yet all received diplomas, bringing up the question of what is the point of any of this. The teachers stayed at home with full pay, and the only thing that changed was no one went to school. Now, 3 years later, all the school town of Highland wants raises for everyone, after no one even went to work. This is absurd. Needless to say, my daughter was one of 3 8th graders from St. Mary's recruited by Bishop Knoll to spend the first half of her day at their school, as she is an A honor student. She would have been a potential valedictorian at Highland High School, but the public schools blew it. Now both of my children will be graduating wearing blue and gold, but it will be Bishop Knoll Institute blue and gold. The school needs to live within its means like everyone else has to in this society, and elementary school needs to close because there's not the 7,000 students that it was designed for in the 1970s. And if another referendum is enacted, I will have no choice but to run for the school board myself to stop the reckless spending. The taxpayers have already shown they're not buying what the school board is selling, and Superintendent Smith, as you said in the papers, dictating the haves and have-nots. The fact is, the public schools are the haves, the private schools are the have-nots. And the final thing I have to say is, school board members, in supporting this referendum, you need to lead by example and give up your homestead exemptions and give it to the schools.
Thank you. Anyone else? Sure.
I will wait, Victor, if there's anybody else who wants to go up, I would like to be last.
Okay.
Put that out there. Nobody else?
Looks like it's all you.
All me. Okay. Jeff Rosignol, 8951 Highland Street. Have you shared my emails, Brian, with anybody?
No, I didn't know you wanted me to share any.
Okay, I think I said in the email that I didn't mind if you did. Well, I'm gonna go over some of that. So, after the last board meeting, when Mr. Kuba made a fool out of himself, I started email train here with Mr. Smith. And I believe in the first email I said that Mr. Kuba should resign with immediate effect. I'm sure you all know what that means. And I'm sure you all know why I'm making that request. I'm going to take it another step further, is that if any of the rest of you on this board is not prepared to move forward after this referendum got voted down, then you all should resign as well. I'm not trying to say that as being a meanie. I'm saying that because you guys are about to embark on a lot of work, a lot of hard work. There's no doubt about it. 2 years ago, I offered to help this board and work toward a referendum, and I had no response from anybody. What Bob did during that lead up to that referendum, and I'm sure you all know about it, with his email or his Facebook account, was egregious as hell. I've never seen anything as unprofessional as that in my entire career. And I worked in Chicago with the city of Chicago people. I don't have a Facebook account. It was shown to me by other people. There's a bunch of screen prints that are out there. It was ridiculous what was done. I can't imagine that any of you would participate in that kind of crap and try to be scare tactics. This is Nazi crap. I'm so disappointed, especially in Bob. I had a lot of conversations with Bob when he was president of the organization here. I I never would have thought that it would get to this. After the play, my granddaughter was in the play, Beauty and the Beast. Bob waited next to me for about 10 minutes to have a conversation with me after I was talking to a couple of friends of mine I hadn't seen in years, only to jam that referendum loss in my face, like I was part of that. All I did was try to share information with people, mostly senior people, who could not afford that referendum, to have their taxes go $400 or $500 year one up to $800 year 6 or 8. And I would have absolutely worked with this organization to make that thing happen, had we'd started on it when it should have been done a couple of years ago. It's a failure on the board's part to get that done. You asked for way too much money. In my email today, I said to Brian, $35,000 for a consulting firm is ridiculous. Mr. Tauber can absolutely speak to that. For a $50 million ask? Are you kidding me?
That's your time, Mr. Rosenwell.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to stick around because I don't really think I want to hear some of the comments that may come out of this board. I'm sorry, but you can call me anytime. Be happy to talk. And Brian, please share.
Thank you. Making sure no one else wants to speak. All right. Then that takes us to comments from the board. Ms. Gomez.
Okay, just want to say a couple bits of congratulations to some outside of school sporting events and teams. Congrats to the Babe Ruth baseball team. They are going to the World Series, and a lot of those, I think all those kids are from Highland, so congrats to them. I was in Fargo, North Dakota over the weekend, watching the Junior Nationals wrestling tournament, and I got to see Alexandra Vestaich, who is a rising sophomore, take second place in that national tournament. She is a force to be reckoned with, and she's amazing. And AC is still competing, I believe, but will definitely finish in the top 32, AC and McNutt. So that was really fun. I just want to say thanks to all of our employees who are staying the course. You know, I mean, I know it's not been easy, and to insinuate that teachers didn't work during the pandemic, I'm sorry, he's not here to hear my comments, but that's absurd. And it's rude. But I just want to say thank you all. I just want to say thank you all for sticking around. You know, we support you, and we want you to stay, and we know that it's tough, and we know a lot of people are leaving. And thank you for those that felt they had to go and have given us many years of service. And in addition to that, I also want to welcome our assistant principal, Campos. Thank you for being here, and we appreciate you not only being here at the meeting, but also welcome to the school town of Highland.
Thank you. Ms. Ballard.
Again, I always start off with thanking you guys, because I always recognize the fact that you guys could be anywhere else on a Tuesday night, and I think I say that every once a month on a Tuesday night, but I truly mean it, and that's why I say it every single time. I realize you guys could be spending your time any place else. In fact, at my job right now, they're having a big, huge barbecue in the parking lot, and the plant manager is in the dunk tank. I can't believe I'm missing that to be here. So it makes me appreciate even more that you guys could be anywhere else tonight, so thank you for coming. Welcome. We already heard amazing things about you, so we're really happy to have you aboard and looking forward to you having a really positive impact on the school town and especially at the high school. So again, welcome. Congratulations to Mr. Grinder on his retirement. We wish him the best. And just a final note on the last comment again, like you, I wish he had stayed to hear what we had to say. I don't think anything that we have to say or share would be that hurtful, but I will address it as well. And just to, maybe address it a little bit indirectly. So I would like to just take this moment to remind everybody in the room and anybody that's watching on Facebook Live, as board members, we are all individuals. We come collectively to discuss the business of the school town of Highland. Most of us, if not all of us, have our own
Congratulations again to the Babe Ruth team. You know, another, I think this might be the second year in a row that they made it to the World Series. Or at least 2 out of 3, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, the interesting part about it, every kid that's playing on that Babe Ruth team is from Iowa, which is a rarity for Babe Ruth. They have a lot of kids coming from all over the place. This is the high school age team. These are the 16, 18-year-olds, I believe, right? I think. Alex and AC, that's awesome. That's congratulations to them. I didn't realize that they're in that tournament doing so well. So congratulations on that. On an academic note, AP scores are in. I heard from some of our AP teachers that the scores came in pretty good. So, you know, I would like to congratulate all the students. Hopefully they can take those AP scores and apply them to credits at their various universities that they'll be attending if they are attending universities. I'm assuming if they weren't, they probably wouldn't take the AP test. But also thanks to the teachers that got them there, right? Not only the AP teachers in the high school that taught them the AP classes, but our elementary and middle school teachers that paved the way to help them prepare and get them ready to take those AP classes. I mean, we've always done a lot with Little Island. We really have. Unfortunately, the referendum did divide the town. And unfortunately, I can appreciate that the teachers feel disrespected, right? Because there were a lot of things that were said about our teachers that just flat out aren't true. They aren't greedy. They work their asses off. Flat out. They work their butts off, and they deserve to get a fair wage. They do. And that's what some teachers are going to go do. Right? I mean, we caught a lot of crap as board members. You know, we'll continue to catch a lot of crap as board members because that's what board members do. You know, I'm a member of this town, I'm a member of this community, I'm a parent, and you know, I signed up for it. So, but there's a distinct difference from sitting up here and taking it and just dishing it out, I guess. I guess going back to COVID, maybe my memory's a little bit foggy, but on February 13th, 2020, the governor locked us out of all of our schools. Is that not correct?
It was March.
March 13th.
Every school district, including privates, were closed in
Yeah.
the state of Indiana the end of the 2020 school year.
Yeah.
Every single Bishop Nolan included.
So I mean, I guess I would have loved to kind of confirm comments because I don't recall us ever closing the school. I remember us being locked out of our facilities by the governor of the state of Indiana. And once we were allowed to come back in, I remember that we offered both in-person education and online education. And I do recall that our teachers actually taught them both with the same pay. And it was quite challenging. It was very challenging to say the least, but we got through it. And at no point did we not allow, once the lockout was lifted, did we not allow students in our schools. I'm not sure where that came from. But good luck at Bishop Nolan. It's a good institution, so I wish his children good luck. Hard to believe that the first day of school is less than a month away already. August 11th, correct?
Yeah.
So, I know we're finalizing some things. I know there's a lot of work to do. I appreciate all that goes into the finalization of the curriculums. Welcome to our new administrator. We have a great administrative team, so hopefully once you get to know everybody, once you get working with them, you're going to see how great they truly are. We have a great school town. We have some great teachers. We have great personnel that are in here. So thanks to everybody for all the hard work that they do, all the heavy lifting that they do. And I know, you know, I've got an incoming senior this year again. So we're gonna rotate through. I'm done with elementary school though. So I'll see 2 in high school again and 1 in elementary school. So we'll see you on August 11th.
Very good. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna just echo some of what's already been said. Congratulations to our student athletes that are performing at a national stage. To Mr. Bogner, 27 years in the school district, Mr. Greider, 14 in the district. They will be missed with the potential of 125 new students. Anxious to see how that process works for us. I do want to wish Bill Leap well as he retires out of public service over at redevelopment, right? Redevelopment. Bill's been a pillar of the community for quite some time, so that will be a loss. To Ms. Campos, welcome. Bienvenidos. I'll be the first one to say that. I understand you speak Spanish. I'm excited that we have someone that speaks Spanish on the admin team. And more excited, and what's more important to me is that you are a member of our community here. That's fantastic. I don't know how you found someone this qualified in our neighborhood, but that's great. The last couple things I want to say is, yes, I do believe in freedom of speech, so some of the comments that were made today were a little disconcerting to me. I believe in freedom of speech, and that it includes here, and people are welcome to say whatever they'd like to say to us, about us, or against us, but also understand that every individual has the right to say what is on their mind as well. I guess here's where I'm at with this discussion on the referendum. The referendum vote was in May. It's July. It didn't pass. We need to move on. I'm personally at a point where I'm tired about talking about this referendum. It didn't pass. We have to make very difficult decisions and have to do what we can to have the smallest impact on our students as possible. That is priority number one, is as little impact to our students as possible. So while we may be saying that some of the challenges that we're facing are due to the failure of the referendum, discussing what happened during the referendum makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's a done deal. It's come and gone. I'm ready to move on from that. So I am a little disappointed that the public participation piece, those individuals didn't stick around to have a little more conversation. But that's okay. It's the end of summer. Next time we meet, school year will be in full swing. There'll be a few more gray hairs with everybody up here at the moment, I do believe. But I am looking forward to another successful year. We had a phenomenal school year last year, given all of the challenges that this district has faced over the last 4 years, whether it was COVID or going through this referendum. I'm really proud. I still say this, my sign is still up. I am Highland proud. I'm proud of our teachers. I'm proud of our students. I'm proud of our parents. I'm proud of admin. I'm proud of everyone that works in this district. And I'm excited to be here, even though it's sometimes challenging. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who came out on it's a beautiful evening. I don't know what you're thinking coming out to a school board meeting when it's this nice outside, but I do appreciate that. That takes us to our next regular meeting, signing of official documents, followed by our regular meeting will be August 15th, 2023, and we have a budget work session on August 22nd, which is not on my calendar, and will be now. I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.